I want to talk about some themes of the Tortured Poets Department that I haven't really heard talked about much on TikTok lately. One of these is the commodification of art. Um, I got this concept from the Tortured Poets Department versus the Dead Poets Society. The Dead Poets Society, they're dead, they're not making money off of it. And then also the comparisons between Dylan Thomas and Patti Smith as though they were serious artists, and she and her muse in that song are not serious artists. They're just in the department. They're just workaday hacks, right? So I think there's really something there. There's a lot of sort of levels of is Taylor struggling with what she's doing? Does she really consider it art? Or is she just a hack? She talks about, oh, try and come for my job, and I can do it with a broken heart. And so she seems really conflicted about this concept of the commodification of art. And I think that's why she calls it Tortured Poets Department, instead of more closely alluding to Dead Poets Society. A society is a voluntary organization. She's in a department. She's an employee. She views herself as workaday. Um, the second theme, I think, in this album or double album is people who can fuck right off, including some of her fans. She really has no woohoos left to give, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. She really does not want to be told what to do, even if it's by her fans, her team, her family, her exes, other people around her. She really wants to define her own life and her own legacy. And she's not afraid to say that in this album. And I think that's awesome. Her giftedness, not exactly her fame, has really made her relationships difficult. And this is something that I particularly think in I Hate It Here. She's talking about how hard it is to relate to people, and how basically she can't find an intellectual equal. So she retreats into her imagination. And when she does find an intellectual equal, everyone has something to say about it, and doesn't like who she picks for one reason or another. So I think, truly, I think it's her intellectual prodigiousness. She mentions being a precocious child numerous times, and how she wasn't understood because of that. So I think that this is part of the themes of this album. Is she's really exploring what impact her specialness has had on her ability to have fulfilling relationships. The price that making art takes on the artist. I'm thinking of Robin Williams. I'm thinking about I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. There's a lot of songs on this album that talk about, and she alludes in Robin to keep it for you in sweetness. So how much do artists hold back of themselves so that everything can be hunky dory and the show must go on, right? So I think this relates a little bit to the first theme of the commodification of art and the toll it takes on the artist. So I think that's another theme that she's exploring. There's a lot of lyrics like this that are about this on this album. She's also just hilarious. Although this is a very serious album, and it's very sad, and it's a little bit angry and angsty. She's also hilarious. I mean, thank you, Amy. That's hilarious. My mother's a saintly woman, but she used to wish that you were dead. I'm gonna take your name out, but I'm gonna capitalize the letters, and I hope your kids come home singing this. That's incredibly funny. And it, I'm miserable, but nobody even knows. I mean, I'm so depressed I act like it's my birthday every day. That's astoundingly hilarious. There are really a lot of moments that I think she really means to be ironic. She means to be funny. She's kind of trolling herself a little bit with this album. I think it's incredibly hilarious. And then, of course, there are the emotional elements, the delusion and denial, escapism, and I Hate It Here. And of course, the heartbreak, and more than the heartbreak, I think the grief that she experiences with this loss after loss after loss, and dragging her hope back up and then loss again. So I think that that's what she's trying to describe, is just really getting sick of the roller coaster and just getting sick of all of it. So anyway, these are the themes that I've kind of noticed that I haven't heard people talking about quite as much in reference to the album. A lot of focus has been on who the muses are of the different songs, but I really think that these are some of the things that were rolling around in her brain over the last couple of years when she was putting this together, and are kind of sliding in under the surface. So let me know what you think in the comments, and whether you think there are any that I've missed or whether any of these had occurred to you before you saw this video.